on my bike yet. Today is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2024. I'm driving through Callaway Gardens in Pine Mountain, Georgia right now. I got a membership for Christmas from my mom, which is what I asked for so that I could start riding my bike up here. If you watched my last video, I rode on the Man of War Trail, which is Pine Mountain, Hamilton, in this area. And it passes right by here, but Callaway Gardens is a beautiful resort and gardens area here, very close to where we live in Columbus. So I'm about a 30-minute drive from my house. And so this is my first day coming up here to ride. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They close at 5, so I'm not going to be here for long. But I just finished a shoot for a real estate shoot, and I figured I would load my bike up and come up here and give it a shot. I know there's some pretty trails through here. This, in a couple of hours, will actually be Fantasy and Lights. I don't know if you can see the lights, the icicles hanging in the trees. But this is a huge tourist attraction this time of year. So it'll look vastly different in a couple of hours. There will be thousands of people coming through here on trolleys and in their cars. But in the meantime, I'm going to go for a ride. So hope to have time anyway. And get to show you some of this place today. And I'm sure I'll be recording more videos here throughout the year. The pass that I have is a companion pass, which means it gets me and one person of my choice on each trip to come with me. And so I'm looking forward to bringing my wife up here on some dates. Looking forward to riding with my oldest son on our bikes, and my second son with my oldest son's bike. And I'm looking forward to bringing each of my kids up here individually with me, just to spend the day or spend a few hours seeing some of the sights. So you can see there's part of the trail, the bike trail right there. So I'm not going to drive too much further. I'm just going to find a good place to park so that I can hop on that trail and not lose too much time. But it's really pretty up here, as you can see. I'm driving my little Mini Cooper right now, which I love. I don't have a name for this car yet, but my oldest son did help me name my bike Speedy Marie the other day, so it finally does have a name. It's also black, as is my Mini Cooper, so they need some similar names. So if you have any ideas, add them in the comments. Faster than I'm supposed to be inside the park, so you can get on to me in the comments too if you'd like. It don't bother me none. Alright, well, I'm on a trail at Callaway Gardens now. Just left the Discovery Center. I don't have a lot of time and I don't have a lot of battery life, so I'm just going to ride and see what we get here. So I got some new microphones for Christmas, and I'm glad that there's 2 of them in the pack, because I tried recording with one and it sounded like I was overdubbing in a studio or something. Like there was zero noise other than my voice. So I've got one attached to the rear of my bike that's sort of near the motor. Isn't this pretty back here? And the other is attached to the strap that my camera is recording on. But it's a very, very windy day today, so this will be a good test to see. I think I want to go that way. To see how well it does as far as wind reduction. So I've only ridden a quarter mile on these trails so far, but I like that they're windy and hilly, and a little narrow, because it kind of feels like you know, a trail in the woods and not just a long straight path. But yet they're paved and very well maintained. If you hear some music along the way, it is Fantasy and Lights, which is the big attraction here and at Christmas time. If you hear me huffing and puffing, it's because I know I only have a short ride, trying to get some exercise. So this trail takes you to the chapel, which is a really cool historic chapel. Iconic, I should say. It's a little bitty chapel. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm loving these trails. So far, I'm very happy that I decided to ask for this membership for Christmas, because this is my kind of speed right here. I love the trails in town, but I'm gonna go to the chapel. But a lot of them are just wide, flat, straight. It's a good exercise, but I like the maneuvering on these. And this is such a nimble bike. I'm not sure I guess that's a road. So it makes it fun to ride on this trail. Yeah, so here's the chapel up on the left, right there. Taking a lot of pictures on this little path right here over the years. Bike right here, which to me says, don't ride the bike down here, but we'll see. The park is gorgeous. Shot a proposal right on this bridge a few weeks ago. So there it is, there's the chapel at Callaway. I was talking to get a picture of my bike in front of it. So pardon the pause. Okay, got my picture. There's the lake. Lily pad is beautiful out here. My parents got married here in 1969.
That's awesome. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm a photographer. I was shooting a wedding here on their 40th anniversary and didn't think about it until I was inside there. I was like, they got married here 40 years ago today.
Wow.
That's crazy.
When was that? What month?
It was August 2nd, 1969, so 2019.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We got married here in 17.
Oh, yeah?
In April.
Cool.
Easter weekend.
I was like 10.
Yeah, well, I live in Columbus, so.
Oh,
You
okay.
get to come up all the time.
Well, I just got a membership so I can come ride my bike here for Christmas, so thank
Is
you.
that electric?
It is. They rent them here, I'm pretty sure.
I know they were like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. Whenever I see people taking pictures with their phones, I try to offer to take one with them, because usually the person that's taking the picture doesn't get to be in the picture, so I do that a lot. I don't think it has anything to do with being a photographer, but just I value pictures, and I want people to have good pictures with them in them. Says the guy who's never in many pictures at all. All right, I'm going to switch something up here. I'm going to take the little microphone clip off the back of my bike, put it on the front so that it's not quite so clicky and clangy. Hopefully it doesn't make a lot of noise, but this is what it looks like. Learn the hard way. If you squeeze it, it turns it off or pauses it. So if it's blinking, it's paused. I don't want to lose it. Let's try that. I just don't like having a video that has no sound but me talking. Y'all don't want to hear that either. This is all test footage then, since I don't know what it's going to do. So this is the beauty of Georgia. New Year's Eve, I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt. It's about 68 degrees right now. Plenty warm to ride in shorts and t-shirt. We've had some really cold days recently too. I say really cold, it's been a minute, I shouldn't say that. We've had some days where it's been below freezing at night, but definitely not in the daytime. Then the mid to high 50s, quite a few daytime highs. And then lately we've had a lot of high 60s, even low 70s on a few scattered days. Yeah, these trails are awesome. On busy days when there's people here, I'm sure I'll be going a lot slower. Right now I'm enjoying the speed. So I've been here many times over my life, and I did have a membership here 20 years ago through the company I work for, but I don't think we rarely ever used it. Okay, so this is back at the Sibley Center, which is closed now. This place was so beautiful. It was a greenhouse. Incredible when it was open, but now it's closed down, and now the deer hang out in the parking lot a lot, which is weird to me, but you can see back in the glory days this was a beautiful place. I wonder where this trail goes. Probably not. I've shot some weddings here at Sibley Center. Chapel that way, Discovery Center, which is where I came from. Let's go this way. I know we were just at the chapel. This might take us right back past where we came from. I don't know the rules yet on riding your bike on the roads. I wouldn't think it would be a problem since there's pretty slow speed limits for cars on the roads. But I'll find out before I assume to know the answer. Okay, I feel like we just came through here. And see, I just said I'll find out before I assume, and now I'm just riding on the road. That goes back to the chapel. But this takes me right back to the Sibley Center, so I'll hop on the trail again over here. But I hope that one day they can open that back up again, because it was super, super beautiful. So let's go this way. So Callaway does have an app that you can use. It includes a map with GPS. So if you're riding through the park like I am now, I could pull it up and see where I am, how to get where I want to go, all the different attractions and stuff. Back on the road. Thinking the butterfly center's up here. I don't really know. Azalea bowl. So there's a section called the Azalea Bowl here. There's a bunch of azaleas. When they're in bloom, they're really beautiful, and you can walk all through them. Another iconic tourist attraction. So a lot of people schedule their visits to Callaway around when the azaleas are blooming. So I was considering getting a companion membership, which is what I got, and or a family membership. The family membership also has 2 adults and 4 children included, and the names that have to be on there are really just 1 adult. You can leave the other blank, but that primary person has to be there to get in the park. And so I had some questions about how that worked and what was the best solution for me. This is like my trail. Go that way. So I went to their website, had a FAQ section. It didn't answer my questions. So it had, hey, here's a phone number to call. Press 9 for membership. So I call, press 9 for membership. So this is an invalid option. I'm like, okay. I've done a wedding right here before too. I forgot about that. Right here. I haven't been down here in a long time. So I call again, listen to the menu, and it says for memberships, press 2. I press 2, and it gives me this really hard to hear garbled message. It also didn't answer any of my questions. Couldn't get to a person. Tried all the menu options, never could get to a person. So there's a contact form on the website. So I go to the contact form and I fill it out and say, hey, I've got some questions. Very detailed, very specific, very easy to follow questions. 0 answers. It's a pretty spot right here. This whole park is gorgeous, which is why I got membership, even though It was such a pain to get my questions answered. So I filled out the contact form. Nothing. It was a week. Week went by, nothing. I left the voicemail with option 2. Nothing. A week. A whole week. Not a reply. So I go to Facebook and I find their Facebook page and send them a message, and it says typically responds in 24 hours. So I left the message. Like, good. But did that, and about 72 hours later I get a response that says, and you didn't answer the questions, and it just said, did you try this direct number or our memberships at Callaway Gardens email address? And I replied and said, no, I didn't know them. No, I didn't try them, because neither of those are on your website or your Facebook page or your phone menu. And they were like, yeah, well, you need the direct number to get in touch with someone. I'm like, but I didn't have it. So I call the direct number, and a lady named Pam answers. And so I ask her my question. She's like, oh, let me transfer you to memberships, which sends me right back to option number 2, which is this jumbled voicemail message. So I leave a voicemail, again, nothing. So I send an email to that membership's email address with my questions and with a very detailed list of every way I tried to contact with them in the timeline and my frustration about it. A few days later, I get a response that just says, Ritchie, see your answers below. And they very briefly answered my questions, but totally disregarded my entire paragraph about my frustration in trying to get some simple questions answered. So there were several days in a row that I said I am not getting a membership, because just out of principle, I probably should have stuck to that. But hopefully I won't regret getting this, because I'm enjoying it so far. That's my only rant I'm going to say about all that. It was very frustrating. And the thing is, they closed down a lot of things like the Sibley Center and the vegetable garden and a lot of beautiful places here because they were having trouble with funding. And so they had been having membership drives for years just to keep this place open, because it's very expensive, I'm sure, to keep it open. And so I know a lot of people, they buy memberships every year, they're local, because they're like, well, I want to support the gardens. So I kind of treat it like a donation, just to help keep them going. But man, answer your phone, respond to an email, update your phone number, act like you care. All right, I'm done. No more rants. I'm interested to look back on my Runkeeper app and see where I went and how many times I overlapped, because I'm just wandering right now. I don't know how many miles of bike trails there are here. I think 14 miles is what I've been told. But that was from my friend Jimmy, who told me that. Hey Jimmy, you should get you a membership, or you can just come with me as my companion. We can ride together. You can be on your road bike and you can hurt yourself on these hills while I'm enjoying and smiling on my e-bike. I'm just joking. I wouldn't want you hurting yourself. I meant struggling on these hills. Although I am impressed by your strength and ability at your age to be able to ride as much as you do. All right, so I have crossed this before, a little earlier. So if it branches off anywhere, I'm gonna take the branch. So I did record a video the other day. I trashed it because the audio, well, I accidentally paused the mic partway, and then the audio was just no bike sound, no road sound, nothing. Except me talking. And so I kind of gave some updates in that. One is that my wife is back working full time in the short term. Let's see, I came up. Yeah, we'll go this way. We talked about this some, I think. But basically, she was a registered nurse. After we got married, she went through nursing school, became a registered nurse, did that for a few years. Night shift nurse. Kept that up until we had our second child. And then we made the decision for her to stay home, which has been a great blessing. She's homeschooled our kids. She's had the blessing of being at home, making them her full-time objective. But this past year, we decided to renew her nursing license, which had slipped 15 years ago. Lapsed, I should say. So that's where it came from. I'm gonna go this way. And on the way back, we'll see Fancy and Lights, or at least see little bits and pieces of it. So, in a few weeks, a couple months, she'll be able to work PRN, which means sign up for shifts as she wants them. And to keep her part-time PRN status, she'll need to work 6 shifts every 8 weeks. So 6 nights or days every 8 weeks, which is a night a week basically. And if she works more than that, her pay goes up significantly per hour. And so I think our ultimate goal would be for her to work 1 night a week or a little bit less. But in the meantime, she does have a job now. And she's in orientation and training essentially. So she worked 1 week last week before, something like that. Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. While the kids and I was at home part of that time. When I could be, I was still working. And my other kids and my mom were helping with childcare during the day. And then after that first week, she started working on the hospital floor. She's working in mother baby, which is moms and newborn babies in recovery after birth. And so because she's still technically training there, she has to work full time, which is 3 nights a week, 3 shifts a week. So she's worked a whole bunch the last 9 days. And she worked yesterday, and then this week she's off till Thursday. So that'll last another 5 or 6 weeks with 3 nights a week, which is going to be not really easy for our family, but it's temporary. I'm working still a good bit, but I'm also playing Mr. Mom at home, which I'm enjoying. Wouldn't want to do it full time. Not my calling necessarily, but I am enjoying the time at home with my kids and cooking and cleaning. And she's gonna laugh if she hears me say cleaning. Laugh as in, you're not cleaning. But I have been cleaning up after the messes I made. Anyway, so after those 5 or 6 weeks, she'll get to cut back to 2 nights a week. And then from there, after a while, she'll get to cut back to where she signs up for her own shifts and can work PRN. So we're just hanging on tight. until we can get to that point. So I just passed the Day Butterfly Center, which is closed right now. I'm gonna swing out here and let you see it real quick. It's the outside of it. You may have heard of this place before, maybe not. But inside this big greenhouse are a ton of butterflies. Thousands, if not millions, in a controlled environment. It's really warm and steamy in there because that's what keeps them alive. I took some senior pictures here about 3 or 4 weeks ago. On the outside of here because the butterfly center was closed, but it's another. Let me come over here so you can see it. Pretty glass greenhouse. So if you go in there, the butterflies, they land on you and all that fun stuff. Man, I can't wait to come riding here with my sons, with my brother, and whoever else wants to ride with me. If anybody watching this is in my area or passing through this area and wants to come ride with me, let me know. I would love that. There's a walking trail over here, the rhododendron trail, but I'm not going to ride my bike on because it's all the pea gravel. Not meant for bikes. Sneaking through the secure entrance to get back on the bike trail. Oh, sorry, dear. Almost ran over those guys. Did you see them? I don't know when my camera stopped. Hopefully just now. Hopefully I was able to record those deer that I almost ran over. Didn't really run over them, but they ran right out in front of me. And I almost hit them. There were 3 of them. So pretty back here. Alright, I'm going to pause and move this microphone again. Here's some fantasy and light stuff over here. Actually, I'm going to pause my camera and see. There's some people on bikes on the road, so that's good. Good time. Back my bag. I'm curious about these guys. Can I just do what they're doing? Fit in with them, or they must be a group. I'm not gonna push my luck till I know the rules. I'm going to pull off right here and take a little video. Since I can. Now check this out. about out of battery on my phone, and it's after 5. So I'm supposed to be packing up and leaving, but I want to show you a couple little things if I can get up here on my bike. Some more parts of Fantasy and Lights. Battery, I meant my phone, definitely not my bike. I've never come close to being out of battery on this bike. I'll go back and get one more video. Alright, well, my battery on my phone is like 5%. So I'm going to head back and head home so I can be with my family for New Year's Eve. Enjoy some time with them. It's about 5:30 now. It's been a lot of fun. Really looking forward to doing this very often this year. Alright, Overlook Information Center, gotta be this way. Let me get on that trail. Yeah, this is awesome. Loving it. Now I just need a storage unit here with a couple of extra bikes. I can just run up here anytime. Not really. So this is the golf course here. Cheap to play. I played it once in high school when I was on the golf team for a brief stint. So we got to play here one time just because one of the guys on the team, his dad was the golf coach up here at Callaway. So he got us on one weekend. It was awesome. Many moons ago. I like all these wooden bridges. And these stop signs, I love those. Not that I've ever stopped for them. So I was kidding about stop signs. Oh, and so this right now is my normal microphone on my phone itself. So we'll see how this compares with the others.